Thank you so much, Representative Randy Fine. I'm also doing it for two reasons. One is David, and he's at home in New York. And the second one is here with me, and I'm looking for names. So Jacob and Ethan are great names, by the way. I'll consider. Also here with us this morning is the mayor of Miami Beach, Mr. Stephen Miner, who was recently reelected with a very clear commitment and vision to make Miami Beach the best and safest city in America. Please welcome Mayor Miner.
Good morning. So, we all know that the Jewish people are at war. Not the same war that the IDF, thank God, is fighting on the battlefield with their lives. And we all know, and I say this all the time, the IDF is not only saving the lives of the Jewish people and every citizen of the state of Israel, they are saving our lives here in America, in Florida, and in Miami Beach. But we all are fighting a war. And what I wanted to talk about today, because that's one of the reasons why I wanted to come to this conference, is to hear what everyone is doing. We're all soldiers in this war. Everyone in this room is fighting in their own way and serving an extremely important purpose. But today I wanted to focus a little bit on what Miami Beach is doing and what I'm doing to help in fighting that war as we all are fighting. We had demonstrations early on after October 7th. I wasn't even mayor yet. And we had these pro-Hamas, anti-Israel demonstrations that were very vocal. They were getting a lot of media attention because they were literally standing in the most prominent places. And then they started surrounding and harassing our residents, screaming in their face, "Shame on you." And I put on legislation requiring the distance separation of a few hundred feet, barricades, and if they breach those barricades, they get arrested. Of course, I got vilified by the media and a whole host, but the point is, it works. We literally have not had a demonstration of significance since. They even sued us recently, and a court issued a decision. They wanted to be right in front of our convention center during Art Basel. We fought it. I was instrumental working with our legal department. We did not compromise. The judge wanted us to compromise. No compromise. And guess what? You didn't read about it because it got no news coverage because they couldn't do what they wanted. That's the battles we fight. We have to keep fighting those battles. So what else do they try to do? They come to our meetings because of what we're doing in support of Israel. We tripled our purchases of Israeli bonds. We have anti-BDS legislation. We send firefighters to Israel. And every time we take a step, and there's so many more, they come to our commission meetings. We have an open forum, and they can. And what do they say? They sort of throw in a cavalier manner, the word genocide. And every single time, I dispute their notion. I argue the facts. I say why what they're saying is a lie. And even some of my colleagues on the commission who are supportive of Israel, I get their votes when I need it. They say, "Mayor, why are you doing this? Why are you fighting them? Just let them say what they want." I said, because it's a lie. And if you don't counter the lie, people will believe it. And we will continue to counter those lies. I was recently in Israel 2 weeks ago, and American Jewish Congress hosted a phenomenal conference in Israel. It was 35 mayors across the globe, almost all non-Jewish mayors, mayors from Africa, from South America, from Europe. Just repeat something the mayor from Entebbe, Uganda. Think of the irony. The mayor of Entebbe, Uganda said publicly, it was recorded, he said it to me privately as well. He said, "I came here as a skeptic. I wanted to see for myself, but I leave here not as a supporter. I leave here as an ambassador for the state of Israel. I am going to hang the Israeli flag publicly in Entebbe because I see we've been lied to." And that's what you heard over and over from the conference representatives. I'll give one more example. There was a movie theater in Miami Beach, O Cinema. You may have heard it. Got a lot of press coverage. They showed the film No Other Land that won an Academy Award, a completely misleading, erroneous description of what happened. And I sent a letter to this publicly taxpayer-subsidized theater. This was not a private theater. This is a Miami Beach subsidized theater, and asked them not to show the film. The CEO originally agreed with me. The board overturned her. My concern, and I brought this to the forefront, my concern was not only that they showed that film, but they had refused to show any film that was fair and balanced for the state of Israel. Local elections are becoming increasingly more important. We've seen that in California, we've seen that in New York. Congress, obviously, and Representative Fine, we're very lucky to have Representative Fine in Congress. But local elections, as we all know, are taking increasingly prominent roles. We have to focus our attention on them. I see our community is starting to focus a lot more on them. And I just want to finish off on two thoughts. We're all focusing on what we can do to help Israel. After October 7th, I got a call from Michael Farkas. I now work with him. He said, we need to make sure, I know Israel is doing this as well. For example, in Israel, the Ministry of Agriculture changed its name not that long ago to add food security, because Israel needs to be independent in every level, and we need to support them. And I'm actually, in my private life as an attorney in the financial markets and securities, we're working on a private fund to help Israel and Israeli farmers and agriculture to make sure that Israel has the food that it needs. So when countries like Turkey ban exports to Israel, Israel will be self-sufficient. Final thought. What combines us? What unites us? What I was struck when I meet the hostages that were released recently, or when they were saved from IDF special forces in the most incredible, daring missions, the one thing I hear over and over from them, and even from the Nova Film Festival, if you see the documentary, We Will Dance Again, you see people running from Hamas, and they're saying, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. We are united as a people. We're united by Torah. We're united by God. We're united by faith and united by culture, and we will always stay united. Hashem should continue watching over us. Thank you.